Hello! Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Fuzz Live. Headcock month. I'll be doing no such thing. Thank you very much. Welcome. We got a couple of Hitchcock films scheduled for viewing tonight. I have to admit, I was very tempted to delay till tomorrow and just play Forza Horizon 5 because that just unlocked at midnight local time. But I am here, at least for the first movie. Put a cock on the wheel. So let me get this straight, Fletcher. You want me to have an option on the wheel where if it lands on it, I have to stand up and slap myself in the genitals? That's what you're telling me you want. I ain't doing it, but it says a lot that you find that appealing, quite frankly. I do a bunch of jumping jacks. I have not forgotten such a thing, so I'm actually going to start off the stream with some jumping jacks if that pleases the crowd. Just making sure there's some witnesses. Currently, there's a total of 448 jumping jacks to do. I've got it split in into two batches though, just based on when they were given out. Yeah, I don't really want to hit myself in the genitals. Like, I'm not saying there's not some other silly things that you could get me to do for the fun of the wheel, but slapping myself in the crotch is not going to be one of them. Nor is eating warheads, for that matter. I'd rather the ball slap. I mean, here's the thing, Renegade. I'd have to be very precise to only hit the one and not the other. Well, at least we close on anyway. Maybe he's up with other scenarios, but I will allow you to substitute hit cocks for jumping jacks. I think I'll do the jumping jacks. I don't feel like smacking myself in the crotch 400 plus times. Peeking back for Vampire Ball today was a fun weekend. Got a bunch of autographs, photos, and saw some interesting Q&As. That's neat. I'm glad you had a good time, Board. We watched a couple of Hitchcock movies at the weekend. I don't know what night was that. Was that Friday, Saturday, whatever night that was? But I don't know. Glad you had a good time. Yeah, we watched Strangers on a Train and we watched The Lady Vanishes on stream. Earlier last week we watched ILM for Murder, which was good stuff. So I've got a whole list of movies that I probably won't get through all the movies that I listed that I would like to see again or see for the first time. Maybe next stream I'll do 2 first time watches just to shake it up a little bit. These are all rewatches so far. Although admittedly some of them it's been so long that I barely remember. Like Spellbound, for example, that's coming up today. Like I vaguely remember the premise. I don't really remember much about the movie itself, so I'll be excited to revisit that. And it was the same for some of the others, which, you know, and they've all been at least good. And some of them have been better than good. Oh, isn't that just dandy? That's the sort of thing he would say on the show, you see. I was in a bit. He's awesome, such a nice guy, but also so many great stories from his career, stage, and TV movies. He's been in The West Wing, Breaking Bad, Buffy. I'm trying to remember if I recognized him in Breaking Bad when he showed up. I don't remember off the top of my head. It's the sort of thing where when I see him, I'll probably be like, oh, of course that's him. Of course. Right, where's give me this Firefly, shut up, will you? The cats all get fresh litter, they got fed not too long ago. They have nothing to complain about. Nothing. Yes, you Firefly. So I will not be accepting any kitty complaints at this time. Yes, get comfortable, cat. Get comfortable for the stream. It's going to be a fun one. We'll still keep an eye on any potential good movie deals. Not a lot of good stuff this week. Might blind buy one or two reasonably priced things that I ended up watching Sneakers on Saturday. I just felt like a random movie, and I could have watched a Hitchcock movie, but I kind of felt like just doing something random and different. So I threw on Sneakers, which I'd never seen, which is a Robert Redford movie, but it's got a bunch of cast in it that you'll know. It was decent fun. There was a sort of light-hearted heist thriller from the 90s. Just to shake things up a little bit. Quantum Leap. Oh dear. Quantum Leap. I've never seen it, but I'm familiar with its thingy. Yeah, I recognize that comic creator's name. Yeah. Kennedy. Oh my, that's a pull, that one. And he's building up. He's got like a showstopper here to end the list with. Oh, that wasn't that much of a showstopper. I mean, she seemed nice and all in the show, but I felt you were building up to the biggest name. And I was like, oh, it's someone from Warehouse 13. Never mind. Alright, I'm gonna do some jumping jacks. I don't know how many, but like 30. All the way to completely knacker myself right at the start of the stream. Actually, maybe I'll do, because because it's 448, so maybe I'll do like something with an 8 in the end, so that just to get it back to a round number that's left. That sounds like a fun idea. All right, let me just point up. That was 38 for anyone counting along. Oh. Okay, very nice. So we'll take 8 off that one, and we'll take 30 off this list. Probably something to do with the pandemic board, I imagine. Oh dear. How's everyone then? Since I can't talk for about a minute. Oh. Spellbound is the first movie we're watching today. Maybe the only. Well, we'll see. We'll see how I feel after I've watched the first one. But we'll definitely be starting with Spellbound, which Cindy said earlier she saw was on YouTube for people who need access. So that's very nice. Oh. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we still need we still had spins to give out, right? Like from the Halloween stream. Like everyone that tipped got spins, but there was like gift spins still to give out. Warehouse 13, I've only seen like a chunk of season 1. It was a decent enough show, but it was, disposable, fluffy entertainment. Not much more. I mean, maybe it got better, maybe it got more in depth, as some of those shows tend to do, but it was basically just a case of the week episode with some supernatural stuff. No, I think there might be Spins Renegade to give it. I could be wrong, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like there was. I know there's 3 screenshots to do. Not to worry. And as far as season 8 of Buffy goes, it's season 9 was definitely better. Season 8 was interesting, but very quickly it didn't feel grounded to Buffy. It was kind of that thing where obviously it's a comic book, so there's no like budget for like effects and stuff, so you can just do whatever you want. And it felt too over the top to me at times, and the plot kind of went in a weird place. I actually think Angel After the Fall, which was like set right after the end of Angel, is a much better comic. And it's not even that long. It's only like, I don't know, 16 to 18 issues, something like that. I thought that was much better than season 8 of Buffy. It's probably my favourite Buffy Angel comic that I've read was that one. And then they kept the Angel book going after that, but the After the Fall story was the first like 16 or 18, something like that. Oh, hey Cindy. Welcome. No, don't. I knew about the screenshots. Don't worry. But I feel like there was. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Yeah, I've got nothing noted down in that document I was using that now. Okay. Never mind. Alright, don't mind me. Elsa did say she would be dropping in. I don't know if Tyler's going to be here tonight, but Tyler did mention that his brother was visiting, and that's why he's been absent during some of the streams. I actually didn't know that. I knew they had a Firefly comic that started a couple of years ago that I read a chunk of from Greg Pak, which I enjoyed. But I hadn't really been keeping up with any like comics that weren't DC for the last year or two, so I'm not surprised they did some more spin-off stuff. Interesting. I look forward to Digital Foundry digging apart Forza Horizon 5. I'll probably play some more of that after the stream's done. They played a doctor in Breaking Bad. Okay. Well, it was a good, decade after he was in Buffy, when he was, possibly even more than that, depending on what season it was. So, he may look different, but it may not have been obvious. Hmm. Alright, so we'll give people like 10, 15 minutes to saunter into the stream in time for Spellbound. You watched the room with the commentary that me and Tim did, and we were giddy. I mean, who isn't giddy watching the room? It's a delightful experience. Uh, a lot of actors did that board, but partly because a lot of them would be alien roles where they'd have a lot of makeup on, so you wouldn't even necessarily notice unless you really knew or were looking for it. So a lot of them got away with that. Although some did just play multiple human characters as well. They figured that if they just spread it out enough, it wouldn't matter. Oh. What up, everybody? We're going to watch a touch of the Hitchcock. I was just laughing because I was looking at the scoreboard and I was like, oh yeah, Elsa dropped from being over 100 points to to nothing. Well, technically she's at 3, but you know what I mean. She was a 0. I'm sure Tara would get a newfound respect. Did I miss the movies? No, before we're going to start Spellbound in about, I don't know, 15 minutes, give or take. And welcome to the stream. Firefly, what is it? Firefly. Firefly. Firefly, my putty cat. What be you wanting? My feline menace. You coming up? Hmm? Oh, it's a good push push. Hey, Johnny. We are going to be watching Spellbound. The exact year eludes me, but it's the 40s. 1945 to be precise. Very good. Hey, Firefly. You going to watch the movie with us, Pooty Cat? Hmm? Are you ready for some Hitchcock? There's a good Pooty Cat. assuming you've already watched all possible Male Fuzz TV content, then yes, you may watch another channel. But only once you've exhausted all of our material. And even then, I feel like some of our stuff is worth a rewatch. Isn't that right, Firefly? There's layers to some of our reviews. I'll take your word for it, board. Firefly. You just demand the attention. Every time I start streaming, you're all fine being your own until I start talking into the mic, and all of a sudden. Well, it's not even the mic actually, because you tend to be not too bad when I'm recording actual reviews. It's just when I'm live. Somehow you know. I don't know how you know, but you know. Is the extra stream special on the 25th or before Christmas? It'll be before. It won't be on the Christmas day itself. I don't know which day it'll be exactly yet. I won't know until near the time, but it'll be in it'll be within like 4 or 5 days of Christmas. That is coincidental given how much it's a shitty obscure sequel. What's my favorite Firefly character? I don't know if I have an immediate answer to that. See, here's the thing with Firefly, is that they're all great. That's the difficulty of this question, is that all the characters are great. It may actually just be Malcolm. Like, I love them all, but he may have because he's got so much story around him, plus he's just as funny as everyone else. Because they all have their moments. They all have their moments. Hey, Firefly. Alright, Firefly is settling down. Just wondering if I've ever watched a movie with Gregory Peck in it. I know he's super famous. To Kill a Mockingbird's one of his most famous. The Omen, the original Omen, is also Gregory Peck. Those are the ones that come to mind for me. But yes. Elsa's arrived. How nice. Elsa 3 points. Roman Holidays, great. Is that a Gregory Peck movie? I assume in context. She's the straight man for sure. I think Simon kind of suffers from that a little bit as well. But they both have their moments still as well. But they absolutely both have good moments. It may just not be as many as the rest of the characters. Board is supposed to be older than almost everyone else in the chat room, and he's dropping puns based on Gregory Peck's name. Tut 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 tut. I forget that Board has got a good decade or so on me. Is that my new rapper name? Elsa 3 points. Only until you get more or less points. If you go back to 0, it could be wonderful. It could be Elsa no points. Hit peck. Oh, very funny. What a way to wrap it back round to the opening conversation, Fletcher. Very nice. I always appreciate that. All right. Well, let's get the movie set up then. So we're going to watch Spellbound from 1945. Cindy did have a link for a version on YouTube. I imagine there's probably like, I'm sure it's fine, but if I imagine getting it from elsewhere would probably be better quality. So up to you what you want to do. But there was a version on YouTube. I myself will be going elsewhere. I think I'm older. Yeah, you may be a little older, Elsa. That's why I said almost everyone. Okay, let me mute desktop audio since I'm watching it on the computer. Right. People, let me know what your version's starting with. I've got a very clearly newer MGM logo at the start. Because they issued all the new versions of it. But the YouTube version, I don't know if that has the MGM logo at the start. And when I say clearly newer, I mean it's in color, and the movie's not in color. So, Pete, would you consider doing Mail Fuzz Awards for viewers/subs? You and other presenters could vote on them. What do you mean? Yeah, go get your ice cream, Fletcher. I'll hold off for a few minutes. Yeah, what do you mean? Awards for viewers and subs. You know, do you mean like YouTube starts with Criterion Collection? Oh wow, okay. Well, we're going to have to find a place to pause it then a little bit further in, so we're all in sync. Let me get past this MGM logo. Right, there's actually an overture at the start. So basically, pause it right before the overture screen comes up. So pause it on the black right before the overture screen comes up, regardless of what you've got before it. So if you've got the MGM logo like I do, you're 9 seconds in. For Criterion, it might be more or less, depending. But pause it before the overture screen comes up. Just before. So you'll have a second or two of black before the overture screen. Pause it there. So yeah, do you mean awards for like the people in chat? Or do you mean like just like awards for things? Like movies and games and stuff. I have to say it's been a pretty rough year for movies. In terms of like new movies that I care about. Like I don't even have close to a top 10. I don't even have a top 5 yet. It's been a rough year. And there's still a bunch of big things I need to see, but still, usually I don't struggle this much. Usually I've got at least a top 5 by this point. Okay, so like I don't know. I never thought of it. I never thought of doing such a thing. I haven't seen Pig yet before. It's on my to-do list. I'm hoping Last Night in Soho will rank highly for me. Hmm. You probably would spend too much on a dress, Elsa. I agree with that. Yeah, I haven't seen The Night House yet. It's on the to-do list. It's on the to-do list. I'm going to have to like try and see some of the what are supposed to be the must-sees of the year. I'm not expecting any of the MCU movies to make my list, but I still have to watch them too. And it's not that I've not seen enough movies. Like I've seen like close to 40 2021 movies at this point. They're just mostly shit. Or not even shit, that's a bit harsh. They're just mostly okay. Just mostly okay. Kind of a shitty year. I think both this year and last year were kind of weird because of the pandemic as well. It's annoying. My favorite new movie that I probably saw this year was one that I think technically is 2020, so I can't even count it. I'm in no rush bored. I really like Saint Maud. Saint Maud was great, but I think that's technically 2020, so I don't know if I can count it for this year. Um, yeah, Stowaway was okay. It was okay. I like some of what it was trying to do, but I didn't think it was amazing. Power of the Dog floored me. Some say it'll win best movie at the Oscars. I'll have to keep an eye on it. Compared to my cousins, I don't spend that much money on clothes, but I doubt anyone on chat has ever spent $400 on a dress they only wore once. Definitely not. I don't even think I've ever worn $400 worth of clothes at once, to be honest. Saint Maud says 2019. I mean, I think it was 2019 because of festivals. I'm at least counting it as 2020, but yeah, it's not 2021, unfortunately. There was a Hollow Man remake? You mean Invisible Man? The Invisible Man was good, yeah, but that was right before the pandemic. Not Hollow Man. Hollow Man's a very different film starring Kevin Bacon, which is also about an Invisible Man, but it's not one of the Invisible Man movies. In the sense that, I mean, it's an Invisible Man movie, but it's not one of the Invisible Man movies. This is a really complicated thing I'm trying to say. I'm confusing myself. All right. Where are we starting? We're starting here. Yeah, Black Widow was pretty mediocre. I'm not a Bond guy, so it's a very different film about an evil invisible man. It's a very different film about an invisible man, evil invisible man, invisible man. We're about to start right now. I'm just going to get the timer ready. So, yeah, go past the Criterion logo. You want to pause it on the black before the overture comes up. So, pause it on the black screen before the overture screen comes up. Because I've got different stuff. I've got an MGM logo before instead of Criterion, so the timing's all off if we do the usual way. You gotta review the new Invisible Man with Tara, right? Eventually, yeah. We've got more of the classic ones to do. And we're going to go through some of the other versions along the way. I think we have to do Invisible Man's Revenge next on the list. Halloween Kills was shit. I concur. I concur. Just getting the timer ready. May have to disturb Firefly to plug my headphones in. He will not be happy. Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. It's evil dying tonight. Oh, bye Firefly. Firefly couldn't take my awful voices. Alright, timer should be ready to go. So we're pausing, just to confirm, we're pausing right before the overture screen comes up. So you want to pause it on black right before the overture screen comes up. I'm about to count down 3, 2, 1 and say press play. When I say press play, we'll all press play and we'll all be in sync. It'll be a happy experience. So you're pausing right before the overture screen. Oh. Let me ask, because I'm curious, if you weren't a big Halloween fan, would you still have been upset? I mean, it was shit, so maybe slightly less because I'm attached to the franchise a little bit, but not by much. Like, it's still a bad movie that's not connected to anything I like. It's still a bad movie. I have complained about many a film that has made baffling decisions like that Halloween Kills movie did. Okay. Here we go. Making sure my desktop audio is muted. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1 and press play. We're pausing right before the overture screen. So here we go. Are you ready? Because I'm about to do it. I'm about to do it. 3, 2, 1, play. And off we go. Overture. Says overture. Everyone says overture. I can't hear anything yet. I've got it muted. Oh, that's loud. It's loud for me. Do I have subtitles? I do. Nice. Oh. Don't get a lot of overtures these days, do you? I guess the need for them kind of went away, because if you want one, you can just have it over the opening titles, so there's something kind of happening whilst it's playing. That's a bit of a stretch, Elsa. You've never seen a movie with an overture? There's definitely a few. Like 2001 has one. Although it doesn't have a screen, it's just if you watch 2001, there's just like 2 minutes of black whilst music plays before it starts. But there is one. It's a very old-fashioned thing. Yeah, Lawrence of Arabia, that's another one. Gone with the Wind, yeah. Of course, Elsa knows all these old movies. How about you shut your goddamn filthy slut mouth, board? How about that? Thank you, Cindy. uh, oh, I thought it was over. The way the music went down there, I thought the overture was over, and then it started back up. I was like, all right. Yeah, I didn't like Halloween 2018. I had a lot of problems with that, but Halloween Kills is objectively a much worse film. It's like Board wants to be like put on a timeout. That's true. Fletcher would have had time. We could have started the movie and he'd have had what 4 minutes at least to go get his ice cream and come back. He's probably busy eating his ice cream right now instead of typing. He's shoving it down his face while he's listening to the music. The Selznick International Picture. Whoa, that's weird. We got like shots of the studio, like the head office of the studio. That is weird. Do you know what? This will be easier than doing like a fancy graphic. We'll just get a shot of the studio, so we can see the big sign. I love how we got an overture and then it went into an opening title sequence as well. In fact, it's actually the same image. It's just now it's video instead of a still image. The image behind the overture was just a static frame of this. It was the same tree. This tree's had more screen time than Zendaya in the new Dune movie. Oh. Hey Elsa, the new Forza Horizon game that came out just a couple hours ago is set in Mexico. I wonder if you'll recognize any of the locations as I drive about in it. You'd have an image behind the overture? Oh, I did. I had the tree. Oh, Shakespeare quote. Okay. It was psychoanalysis, the method by which modern science treats the emotional problems of the sane. The analyst seeks only to induce the patient to talk about his hidden problems to open the locked doors of his mind. Once the complexities that have been disturbing the patient are uncovered and interpreted, the illness and confusion disappear, and the devils of unreason are driven from the human soul. You can tell this came out at a time where maybe it wasn't common knowledge what some of these concepts were. You would have to define, like, therapy and things like that now. Board agreeing makes me second guess that I've got the right opinion. Watch out, book. Maybe he's trying to seduce every man she sees. This feels some workplace harassment to me. The only problem with Ingrid Bergman is that every time I see her name written down, I see Ingmar Bergman instead. I thought Mr. Garms was part of the mail the way he said that. Mustache biter. Gregory Peck's so young. Took me a second to recognize him. This is like that scene in Judge Dredd when Max von Sydow goes out into the desert and they say goodbye to him. They're walking the old man leave. Oh, look at the reaction shot. Oh. What's that about peckers? I mean, welcome, Doctor. She's so used to working with all these stuffy old men. Oh, no, he's been triggered. He isn't like Lennon being ruined. You've defaced the Lennon. How dare you? 29. Oh, he's trying to smooth it out, but he can't. Um, Man, people used to look older, like or more adult. Anyway, Gregory Peck looks more kind of adult in this than I do. Maybe it's because everyone wore suits. They just look smart all the time. Yeah, black and white is probably adding to it as well. You're right. You didn't kill your father, but you did kill your mother. Well, keep up the good fight. Before, trust me, you smell much better because you don't. I have a headache, so go on a date with me, please. Well, that's nice for him. Bored. Good for Brett. But they're spellbound before. Sadly, Fletcher's correct. Liverwurst. The lunch of the romantics. So, some of it may become clear, Elsa. All right, all right. Is everyone going to like deconstruct what she might have been doing? Oh, that's a good point, Renegade. Hadn't thought of that. If we're talking about attraction here, I'd pick Bergman over Hepburn. But I've seen Bergman more. That might just be the reason why. They cast the Silver Surfer or something. Well, that's not a very good like summary of what's happened because I have no idea what's happened. This is the first I'm hearing of it, board. So to the statement they cast the Silver Surfer or something, I go, eh, eh. I think they frolicked. They frolicked in the hills. She hit his peg. When you marry Gregory Peck, you take his last name in more way than one. Dear. Uh, da 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 da. Very classical music. So every so often I'll see Matt or Connor say something about Riverdale, and I'm almost tempted to watch it to see what's happening. I don't think they announced a Silver Surfer movie, but there's a bunch of things he could show up in. She's been pecked in the trees. Uh, there's a joke in here about a bush, but I dare not make it. I'm classier than that. Plus, there's ladies present. This one's definitely off to a weaker start than all the other Hitchcock movies we've watched on stream. The romance is a bit forced, as Elsa put it. Oh my god, he's in his room. Oh, do I do it? Oh, I want to go in and touch his peck. So they all stay where they work. I guess it is. Well, it's still weird for the staff to live there. I get that the patients are living here at this place, but yeah, it's really old school music. Honestly, saying you've not hated them is like the most controversial thing you could probably say about. Well, that's not true. You could say they were great. If you said they were actively great, then that would be controversial. I mean, the first two are just really mediocre, like generic, cheesy 2000 superhero movies. It's the newer one that's worth a bit more deconstruction. Well, you did walk into my bedroom in the middle of the night. Oh, Firefly. At a certain point, you would just respect her more if she just walked in and says, "Look, you're a man, I'm a woman. We're both horny. That's just get all the doors." Man, that's a really big pecker opening all these doors. Is that symbolism for we can't show anything too graphic. Seams! There's seams! It's not perfect. It seems imperfect. No, get away with me. Get away with me. I bet you just fancy Chris Evans, Elsa, and Renegade. Oh yeah, some of the characterization of her being too caught up in her work for romance is definitely a dated sexist trope. Oh no! I remember it getting more interesting. Board. I'm just like all of the other Hitchcock movies we've watched have had great openings to varying degrees. This is easily the weakest opening section of any of the films that we've watched so far. I think it's less sex and more just like them accepting their feelings and the communication's been open. Yes, maybe arousal's a good way. I don't think they had sex. Not yet. It was a different time, Fletcher. Oh, of course. But he's definitely got better examples than this, though. Obviously, Hitchcock was a technical master and knew how to pace scenes and direct actors. Hmm. It's a Twilight Zone reference before. Very good. Oh. He's an imposter! I have not fallen in love with this beloved doctor and author. I have fallen in love with some charlatan. Does that make me less or more aroused? Ask him a sciencey question. Watch him get it wrong. Go on. I mean, I knew it too, but I'd seen it before, and it's just the premise of the movie. So, um, I don't know. I am a reviewer who values his time and knows that I don't have to watch episode 2. Uh, so you go do that, board. Somehow I don't think he's going to have a big sword and wear anime clothes anytime soon, Johnny, but we'll see. It's been a while since I watched it. Well, we'll see how episode 1 performs, Board. Maybe there might be truth to that. Good night, Board. And he was showing signs of being a bit off kilter the second she met him, so I mean, she's really overlooking a lot of things. He opened their doors. That sounds like a really awkward euphemism for something else. Yellowstone gets a lot of buzz, does it? Hmm. Yeah. I'll be doing the first Squid Game soon. I was going to do it yesterday, but I ended up being too tired. I might get that done tomorrow, in fact. Because I'll have Chucky to do on Wednesday. Forgive me, I was dealing with some cat antics. I trust your judgment for a bathroom. Oh, I don't remember the movie well enough to know when there's a good bathroom break time. I appreciate the trust though. Elsa's trying to compare this to Twilight. That's well, it is called Edwards, I suppose. I mean, it's a bit higher, admittedly, in the live end board. YouTube's telling me 49, but it's not been too long yet. It's not enough to get excited about, admittedly. So we got Bella Bergman here. Nothing like being intrusive to a woman's private place than having like 8 men all in trench coats all just storming in. The hunt is on. The cake is a lie. No? I can't read this. Stay at a hotel in New York. Okay, I read the last part. I appreciate that, board. Even though your motives is to get me to watch a show I don't want to watch, but I appreciate the extra clicks always. You can never be romantically involved with someone. You're like a block of ice. That was higher on the list. If you go and look at the results board, Cowboy Bebop was number 2 on the list. Dexter was number 3, I think. Oh, that should be Hitchcock cameo. Good stuff, good stuff. I don't know if we noticed when the lady vanishes now, I think about it. I love the Netflix sci-fi one I'll get done, because that was at the bottom of the list, pretty much. Well, second bottom. She said no thank you with a smile. It was like the most polite way of saying no she possibly could have done. Yeah, Lady Vanishes was great. So someone came to save her, but then just started hitting on her immediately himself. She's playing the she's playing the part because it's easier than trying to like be her usual smart self. Oh great, drunk guy's coming back. He looks like Gregory. Between Mustache Man, these two guys, and Gregory Peck himself, like we've had at least 4 people, 5 maybe including one of the patients at the start actually, try to hit on her. Firefly. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I believe he's married, or they didn't want an affair anyway. I had no plans to aboard. I didn't really know that much about it, to be honest. Sure, I wanted to watch this one again because the premise sounded kind of fun. But I gotta be honest, I don't think this is that great. It's not terrible by any means, but I think my lukewarm reaction the first time I watched it has just been reaffirmed with this viewing. Hey, getting the peck out doesn't have to be about love. Could be about raw, meaningless sex. Window's going to start opening. I love the idea that later on when they're having sex, there's going to be like a montage as she's climaxing of just like car doors and windows just opening and like maybe fire hydrants bursting and just lots of metaphors. I'm missing homicidal lady. Mm. Oh, really, Johnny? Oh, there's a lot of great ones to watch. It is not bored. Stop trying to make that a thing. Get bored. Really bored saying he was leaving like 10 minutes ago and then kept causing chaos for a good bit. Firefly, calm down. You're bored. Maybe I'm being cynical, but I don't know if I believe you. (1940s) Twitter. Ha ha ha. I know, it's almost like he's scared to talk about Dexter. I want 2 tickets and I cannot lie. Italy? Oh no, Georgia. Okay. Admittedly, if they're at like a train station here, Rome, Italy would be a difficult journey. It's a good question, Fletcher. I'll be honest, a lot of the logic so far has been a little bit weird. Like, and there's a lot of the little things they're doing to show that he's going through something feel really kind of random and made up. Like, the whole like the burn on his hand, and then he starts freaking out with the memory. It felt a little bit like screenwritery of like interpreting some of this, and I wonder if it's just partly because it's a different time and a lot of that stuff wasn't as talked about. I don't know. But I'm going to start charging you, board, for sticking around if you keep faking your exit. He's not even commenting things we're saying. He's just randomly bringing up episodes of The Office that you watched today. He's bringing up new talking points. His fave, Amy Adams, in the episode. Why is Amy Adams my favorite? I feel like either that's like you thinking I'm obsessed with Amy Adams or I hate Amy Adams and you're being sarcastic. But I feel like I've neither given an extreme opinion on her one way or the other for either to be true. What happens in Rome stays in Rome. Went to the Colosseum. I was disappointed that the Leaning Tower of Pisa wasn't there, but then someone pointed out that it's called the Leaning Tower of Pisa because it's in Pisa. And I felt so stupid. Oh yeah, Smallville episode is definitely our worst moment. Your Arrival review gave that impression. Really? I wouldn't say I have a particular love of Amy Adams. She's good in a few things. I've not finished Final Fantasy VII yet, but yes, that I am seeing some parallels now that you're pointing out. Yeah, go let the P flow. You keep Firefly. Shut up! I never said anything bad. All I said was is that I wasn't infatuated, and that she's great in a few things, but like I wouldn't say I didn't say anything that extreme. Jesus Christ! Yeah, she was good in Sharp Objects. I concur. I think she was good in American Hustle as well. If I remember right. What is it? It's making a strange noise. I don't know. See, Board's clearly the one who's infatuated. Hmm. Oh, really? That's a shame, Cindy. I haven't seen Junebug. Or Enchanted, for that matter. Yeah, they should have looked at the newspaper, had her photo in it. John Brown. I'm not a big fan of the director, to be honest. He's got a few decent movies, but he's not someone that I care that much about. I just remember the cast being good in American Hustle. That's very specific to this character's plot in this movie. Ah, kissy face. Any more doors or windows opening? Third favorite? You're one of these weirdo Connor fans, aren't you? Oh, hey, push, push. Sorry, Firefly. This seems. Oh, my left foot's went to sleep. The dream sequence is going to happen when he's put under for therapy reasons, right? That's when we're going to get the fancy dream sequence. Oh, I'm second for Renegade. That's nice. That's just Krill board. Just Krill. Oh, my fist is asleep. Do you know what? I've got popcorn in the cupboard. I can't wait to go put it in the microwave. But then I'll be sitting munching on popcorn. You will always be my number 2. Thank you. I am honored to be your shit. Get Spain, dude. Hey, I'm Elsa's number 1. Thank you, Elsa. I knew I liked you for a reason. Or like Gregory Puss, am I right? I look into the mirror and all I see is some sort of dickhead. Don't you mean peckhead? Oh dear. Oh, we're getting dark here. I mean, he's actually getting some shaving cream by the looks of it, so he's probably just going to shave. Who's the best looking fuzzer? Oh, me, obviously. Peck is standing on the deck, not knowing if he will fleck himself over the railings into the heck. Oh, is he going to try and kill the old man with the razor? He looks like Simply Red. What did Simply Red do? I'm forgetting. The most famous song is Holding Back the Years. I don't know it. Oh well. Yeah, that's what it felt like, a 4-hour epic in the 40s. Well, that's not true. Gone with the Wind had already come out. Unless we're getting a very late intermission, but yeah. I'm tempted to do the popcorn. I just want to see her reaction to whatever's happened because it feels like an important beat that I don't want to miss. Lady Vanishes was shorter board and that had an intermission. That's why the subject came up. That was notably weird though, that we got one for Lady Vanishes. Yeah, I didn't realize it was this long, honestly. I thought it was going to be like 90 minutes. Hmm. Oh, he drugged them. I'm gonna go put the popcorn in. I'll be back in like, 30 seconds or something. Oh, his board's still not gone. Jesus Christ. I should listen for the popping. I hear popping. Too much of this is hinging on a romance that I just don't feel at all. Like I couldn't feel this way about a man who's bad. Like I don't. Your feelings for each other is is the biggest problem in the movie that's making the rest of it feel a bit hard to latch on to. Then I see the door. I saw the doors. I'm sure Mindy Kaling will feel honoured by this. Ready, go and collect the popcorn. Ah, BJ. Imagine imagine Gregory named his son BJ. BJ Pecker. What a what a concoction that name would be. Lean on me. Huge pack. There you go. You've had like 3 false goodbyes, board. You have to acknowledge that's a little bit silly. Hmm. And better, I'm sure it'll be. This is like the opposite of Dalian for Murder. You know, where there was so much talk, but it was moving, like there's so much plot and was so interesting. All these scenes with him describing what they're going to do to unlock his brain are kind of tedious. Feels like a lot of babble. Oh, here you go. Here's this visual effects Oscar. I have. I remember liking Frenzy. That's how you ski. You think she invited them over Sunday and said, "Hey, I would like some semen, please." Incredible amounts of sperm, so I can make babies in my baby oven. Who? I don't know who that is, bored. Sorry. Hmm. He was being pursued by a man in a red and green jumper with a hat. I'm pretty sure that was just her headshot. The actress's headshot. That's how she got the job. All the filthy old men saw it and went, "Oh yes, we'll hire her, please." Mustache Man's got a copy above his bed. I suspect it was trauma from the incident, Elsa. Oh, they're talking about sheltered now. Maybe not. The old Clark Kent trick didn't work. I did not know that, Bob. I can't say I'm that fussed. I never played it. Damn, that is a harsh statement. About 20 minutes, Bob. Whoa! Okay. That kid's death flashback, like, was amazing. Me too, Fletcher. Me too. Okay. By the way, eat too much of this popcorn. I assume that's when the remaster comes out. Well, bored you little bitch. Beating out my Dexter review. So I'll need to watch more. Dun dun dun. This is definitely one of Hitchcock's weaker movies. I don't care about this crime being solved in the last 20 minutes. Like, I really don't. Hmm. Very insistent this casino idea. Damn Firefly. Pardon me. Yes. It feels that way, doesn't it, Elsa? The way she's just enamored with him from the start. I always regret having popcorn after I've eaten it. Oh my god. Have I seen the SWAT movie? I've seen the first SWAT. I didn't realize there was more than one, but I've seen SWAT starring Colin Farrell and other people. LL Cool J. It was pretty bad. I got you in a headlock, Cap. You gonna tap? Hmm? You gonna tap out, Cap? No. You love the headlock. I basically got that Fletcher as soon as she like repeated the line in her head from before. Probably not much, I imagine, Renegade. Your Chucky theory, Bob? Oh, that it's taking place during the last movie? I mean, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, if this is relating to things that they're recognizing, it'd be nice if they'd set up those things so that we could recognize them as well. I don't know. Also, how much of a success? I mean, it was nominated for Oscars, I guess, but yes, tell them that no one else knows, but you've just revealed you know. That's a good idea. He's got a point. I mean, more or less. Man, it's like we're playing Doom. Oh, you can't do this in Doom. It's a weird way of phrasing it, Doc, but okay. Oh, I get him with a kissy face. Exit music. Oh, I never noticed Elsa. Alright, shall there was a lot of kissing. Yeah. Yeah. I believe Renegade gets a point and gets to give out 3 spins. So point to Renegade. Two to Elsa and 1 to Johnny. Alright. Well, I mean, it's much easier for them to put in like a frame of red because they didn't have to like use, you know, color film for it. That was just added in post. It's the same. See, if you watch the original version of them, the title card has red text, even though it's a black and white movie, because there's no reason why they can't just add that later. And if some theaters can't show the color properly, then it's fine. It'll just look black. All right. So 2 spins for Elsa. Spin 1. Well, that's fine to start with. 5 points. I've seen it. Elsa saying there is spins. I said there was spins earlier, and then everyone told me there wasn't. Second spin for Elsa. Well, it doesn't really affect anything since there's no jumping jacks yet. And then spin for Johnny. +2. Okay. Very nice. Oh, very nice. There you go. There's your spins. Wait, I just took away the scoreboard. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Oh, Elsa's still mad. Tyler said he should be back on stream soon. His brother was visiting. I still think he's a little bit scared of Elsa, given what happened to her. With the wedge that he insisted exist on that wheel. Oh, I'll stop the timer as well. Where are we? There we go. Very good. Yeah. So just one movie tonight, I think. That was longer than I was expecting. And I'm actually going to go play some video games and probably have some food as well. The popcorn tided me over, but it's not, real food. So we'll make it a one movie night tonight, and Frenzy will be next, possibly with something else as well. Again, I've got a list. Maybe we'll do Frenzy and a first timer next time. Elo has 6 points to add? Okay, I believe you. There we go. There you go. So, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Spellbound will not be making the top 10 that I make later in the month, but that's okay. You got to rule some of them out. You got to rule some of them out. We still have 3 screenshot games to play. What are we playing after the Hitchcock binge? We have a couple of movies that aren't, good to do, that are kind of lingering from before. We need to watch Jaws 4 to finish the Jaws franchise, and we have to watch Manos: The Hands of Fate, which is one of the worst movies of all time. After that, we'll see. But by the time we get there, though, it might be time to start doing Christmas movies. Oh, Cindy with the attack. Thank you, Cindy. I'll get the scoreboard and the wheel back up. My headphones off as well. Oh. Put it over there. Interact. Here we go. Alright, here's your 2 spins, Cindy. Spin 1. +2. Cindy's going for the victory. Twice in a row. And then spin number 2. Another +2. Look at that. 75. Nice round. Are you giving out 2 spins, Cindy, or are you taking 2 more points? The choice is yours. I'll take those. Oh god, no, then Cindy's like, no, I'm winning this, bitch. I'm winning this. 77. Peter's being stingy with the spins. I want to clarify I want nothing to do with them, but others might enjoy a point or 2. I'm not being stingy. How am I being stingy? Oh, you weren't taking... Oh, you want to give spins to Bob. Sorry. I'll put you back there at 75. You were just reacting to your spins. I see. I get it. Alright, 2 spins to Bob. This is sabotage. She wants Bob to lose points. Watch this. See? Cindy, the assassin, strikes again. Spin number 2. Man, Cindy's like a femme fatale. So, I won't reorganize all of it, but I'll move Renegade so the top chunks at least in the right order. Look at that. Alright, I'll take that wheel away. So, top 5 as it stands is Cindy in first place, Renegade in second, Bob and Fletcher tied, technically, for third. After Cindy's game plan. And Board there at 5th. Very interesting. Or technically 4th, since those 2 tied for 3rd. But I would still say Board is 5th. I see. That's why I said that. Elsa, I'm not being stingy. I said that at the start of the stream. Isn't there still spins to do from Halloween? Like 40 spins or something silly like that. And multiple people said no. So I just was okay, fair enough. I tried, Elsa. And people gave me stuff. I did do some jumping jacks at the start of the stream though. I've chipped away at them a little bit. Still got a certain amount to do, but I chipped away a little bit. Anyway, I am going to go though. I am going to go. You can bring this to my attention next stream, Elsa. Okay. As far as streams this week, I mean, I technically am free tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be wanting to do another stream tomorrow. We'll see. But possibilities are Thursday and I think Sunday. Saturday I'm definitely busy. Friday I'm definitely busy. Wednesday I'm definitely busy. But yes, do a bit of detective work, Elsa. But that'll be me though. So thank you very much for joining me. Thanks again, Cindy, for the tip. It has been a pleasure, and I will see you guys next time. So have a good night, and we'll watch some more Hitchcock.